Hello my lovelies, how are you? Happy Wednesday. I hope you all have had a lush day. We've been very busy. We got loads done. We got all the stuff sent up to Achanda for next week, or Craincraft for next week. We got the van packed ready for Landilo. Tomorrow we're going to see Landilo Quilters. They've got their exhibition, so if you are in that area at all, please do come and see us. We are there Thursday, Friday and Saturday. So there won't be a 1 o'clock live tomorrow. But I will do a walk around. You know, there won't be a class 1 o'clock, but we will do one. We'll do a little walk around and show you what's going on and some of the quilts and stuff, because I know you guys like to see that. Me comments have gone. Hang on. Why is it all changed around? This used to be. Hang on. 2 seconds. There we go. I can see your comments now. That's better. Hello, my lovelies. How are you all? Hi, Bernice. Hi, Linda. Hello, my darling. So we're doing the quilt along, and we're going to do week 2, which is another block. They're all blocks, but we're going to do the second block. How did you all get on with your fence blocks? Did you manage to get them done? Are you still working through them? We are, hello Louise, hello Natalie, hello Karen, hello my darlings. There's no rush. Remember, you can do this in your own time. These videos are going to stay on here. They'll be on YouTube. You can do this all in your own time. I have obviously written a pattern for this week. It is on a website already. It's a digital download, okay? And it's all fenced in. Quilt along, QAL, week 2, okay? You're all done. Amazing, Maria. Well done. So yeah, I have seen some of you have posted your blocks onto Gigglers, so I've seen some of you have done your homework. Hi Angela, hi Claire, hello everyone. So the block we're going to do today, I've put the cutting instructions up, but I'm going to talk through the cutting with you, because you can do this in a mixture of colours. You can do it in one colour, you can play around with it, all right? Hi Carol, hello. So what I want to do is go over to here, so hopefully we are over here. So the block we're going to do tonight is, I'm calling the tulip block, okay? And that is, oh hang on, it's very wonky. I've obviously knocked that. Let me just try and, what's gone on there? Oh, I'm very wonky. Let me try and get this back to where it's supposed to be. I think we're just going to have to be a bit on the wonk, okay? So you're going to make 4 of these blocks, all right? You need 4 in total, all right? Everything from this week onwards. Is there a picture of the finished quilt? You want to sort out your fabrics? There isn't, Karen. Sorry, I'll come back here a second. Hi. There isn't a picture of the finished quilt. There is a graphic of the finished quilt, which I will pin up again on in Gigglers for you. There isn't a picture of the finished quilt because I haven't finished the quilt yet. I didn't want to, I'm being totally honest, I didn't want to have to make 2. So what I did was I made 1 of each of the blocks to make sure that my maths and all was right, and they were all coming out the right size. And then I'm going to put it together with you. All right. So I haven't actually made this into a completed quilt yet. I didn't want to have to do it twice. Being completely honest, I just didn't want to. But I will put a picture of the graphic on again for you into Gigglers so you can have a little look, okay? Hi Grace, how are you, lovely? Natty, your fabric is sat waiting for you to cut out. Ah, lovely. Cool. Right, let's go back over here a second. So we're going to do this little block here, okay? Now, how you decide to, what colours you decide to do is entirely up to you. We had a question on the cutting instructions about, I've written the cutting instructions as fabric 1 and fabric 2, fabric 3. That doesn't mean that they are the same fabrics as you used in the fence blocks, okay? It can be if you want it to be, but it doesn't have to be. It's just, some people are using 6 fabrics, some people are using 8, some people are using 20. So it's just a way for me to distinguish between the fabrics in this block, okay? You can then decide which fabrics from your stash or from what you've bought you're going to use, okay? So I'm going to do this in, right, so first of all, this block is made of 4 quarters, all right? I'm doing mine as half and half. So I've got what like 2 quarters in one colour, 2 quarters in another, all right? I'm then going to make another block exactly the same. So I've got 2 blocks that look like that, and they're half and halves, okay? And then I'm going to make 2 blocks that look like that, so they're half and halves. And then when I put them together, I'll have 2 like this and 2 like that. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Ah, thank you, Eileen. You could do each quarter a different colour. You could do all of the flowers so these could all be yellow or all orange or pink, etc. You know, you can do them how you want, okay? You could do each one a totally different colour, or, you know, 3 in 1. It's entirely up to you. You can make all 4 blocks exactly the same, or you could make all 4 blocks completely different. So I'm doing 2 and 2, but that's just because that's how I want to do it. You could do one all in yellows and oranges, one all in pinks and purples, another one all in, I know, reds and, you know, purples or blues or whatever, or you could have them all the same. It's your decision, okay? Remember, it's your quilt, and I want your quilt to be unique to you. So you could absolutely do half and half, exactly as I am. You could make 4 exactly the same, or you could make 2 and 2. It's up to you, all right? So I know that's not really helping for those of you who don't like making decisions, but I also didn't want it to be so prescriptive, you know, like so sort of strict, right, this is what we're doing, that you guys don't enjoy it as well, or you don't necessarily put your own spin on it. And it also means if you are using scraps or you're using odds and sods from your stash, it doesn't matter if one block has got 4 different quarters, and then another block, you know, you could use really small amounts. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this method, a half and a half. All right, I'll tell you what you need for. Basically, we're going to make 4 quarters and put them together. So I'm going to tell you what you need to make 1 quarter. If you're going to do half and half, you're going to double it. But if you're going to do them all different, you just cut out per block. Okay, so per 1. If you're going to do them all the same, so say all yellows, you'd quadruple it. All right, does that make sense? Is everybody with me? Are you all okay with how I've explained that? I hope so. Please do let me know. Oh, hang on, I've had a little pop-up. Let me just get rid of that so that I can see your commands. There we go. Ah, thanks, Grace. That's sweet of you. Thank you. I love these fabrics. I really do. These Emily Bells with linen textures in, I think work really, really well. So for 1 quarter, all right, so the cutting instructions that I put on were for the whole block in a half and a half, okay? And you can absolutely just follow those cut instructions and you'll end up with something that looks like this. If you want to play around with it, I'm going to give you what you need for a quarter, and then you can just go with that, okay? So for 1 quarter block, from fabric 1, you're going to need a 4-inch square and a 3.5-inch square, okay? From fabric, technically fabric, so if I'm doing it in halves, fabric 2 would be my other colourway, and you'd need the same, all right? And then what I've said, fabric 3 is the centre, okay? It's this little bit here, all right? You need a 2-inch square. And from your background fabric, which I've just lost, where has it gone? Come back. You want, so from one fabric, a 4-inch square and a 3.5-inch square. From another fabric, a 2-inch square. And then from your background fabric, you want a 2-inch square and a 2-inch by 3.5-inch rectangle. And then you want a 4-inch square as well. Okay, so that there will make a quarter of the block. You can then decide how you put all that together, all right, how you multiply it, etc., etc. So because I'm doing the half and half thing, I've got double that, okay? So I've got 2 in that colour and 2 of that one, 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 all right? So what I just told you twice. I've already made the orange ones, so I did all of this, but I used the orange, okay? So I've got the other quarters. Otherwise, you just sat here watching me make half square triangles forever. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to make the half square triangles. So I've got my 4-inch coloured fabrics, my 4-inch background fabrics, right sides together, as we always do, like that, and like that. And then we're going to draw that diagonal line and we're going to sew up either side. So How is everybody? Are you all okay? What have you been up to? Has anybody done anything interesting? I had a very lovely week off. Didn't do not even a tenth of what I wanted to do because time just ran away with us. We built a wildlife pond. Well, I say we. My husband and Josh, Phil and Josh built a wildlife pond. I supervised and provided tea, and I did some planting, but I didn't do any of the digging, sod that. Right, stitch down 1/4 inch either side of that diagonal line. So we're going to go over to the machine, okay? So we're over here. We had little man, so I've got the guide on. That does not help with the half square triangles, so I'm just going to move that out of the way a second. All right. 1/4 inch down both sides of the line. So we've done this thousands of times. It's nothing that you can't do, my darlings. You picked blackcurrants this morning. Oh, nice. Oh, is it blackcurrant jam time? Our Lindy Lou makes amazing blackcurrant jam. Really does. And then we're going to go down this. I'm just chain piecing them, so I'm going down this one now as well. We had little man for 3 days, which was brilliant actually. We had an amazing time with him. He was a little darling, absolute little darling, he really was. I didn't have any tantrums or anything. We took him to Slimbridge because he's obsessed with birds at the moment. Birds and trains, absolutely obsessed with birds and trains. So we took him to Slimbridge, which is up sort of by Stroudy way. The Wildfowl and Wetlands Centre. Oh my God, his little head nearly exploded with excitement with the amount of birds. There were these geese and ducks, I mean, no exaggeration, hundreds of them, just wandering around the paths, you know, because you can feed them and stuff, so they're like, yeah, hey, food. I mean, it would be like a 6-foot duck coming up to me. He didn't care. He didn't care. He just absolutely loved it. Right, so I've gone down both sides. Just going to clip those away. Back over. Oh, no, wrong one. Hi. Back over here. And then we're going to cut up that drawn line. We went and chose fish to go in the pond. So my husband tested all the pond, made sure it was all, because we did it at the beginning of the week and I had to put some bacteria or something in it to make sure it was fish safe, and which it was. So we let him choose some fish. So yeah. You watched the Indiana Jones film today. Oh, is it good, hun? I love I love Harrison Ford. I think he's brilliant. Although Crystal Skull was a really bad film, really, really bad film. So was the new one good? Was it any good? Natalie, you had the most important job, moral support and tea. Absolutely, I did. Absolutely. There was a little bit of watering and planting too. So yeah, but can't wait now. I wait till the spring and we'll get some frog spawn from Lindy Lou's pond, hopefully. And then we'll be able to get some frogs in there for Jonah to see too. It was brilliant. Oh, fab. Oh, was it better than Crystal Skull? Because I didn't like Crystal Skull. I thought it was rubbish. He's still cute. He is still cute, very much. I mean, he's an older cute, but he's still quite hot, is old Harrison Ford. Right, so I've got my 4 half square triangles. And we're going to square these up to 3.5 inches. So square them up as we always do. Sorry, I'm at a bit of an angle. I should be square on for you guys, shouldn't I? Diagonal line up the seam, like that. Okay, and then we're going to go up one side, across the top. We've done this 1,000 times now, haven't we? And now we can go the 3.5 and 3.5. Okay, there and there, like that. So yeah, Rory and Cara were like, "Oh, thank you so much for having them. It's been It's been so nice to have a break." And I was like, "It's been brilliant. Thank you for letting me have him. Frankly, it was such a good weekend with him." I saw my sister and her husband as well, and my nephew, which was really nice on Saturday. So yeah, had a lovely week. Didn't get the sewing I wanted to. Saw my mum as well while I was off. So yeah, didn't get the sewing done that I wanted to do, but I did get some bits done that was good. So where are we? There we go. So it's got, like we said, I've got Landilo this week, and then next week I've got Create and Craft, and then we've only got a week, and then we've got Festival of Quilts That is going to come up so... Oh, no, I missed. It's going to come round so quickly. Who of you are coming to festival? Anybody coming? I know Eileen's coming. I know Lorraine and Kate are coming as well. Who else is... anybody else making the trip up? It was crazy busy last year, but it was so like, oh my gosh, some of the quilts, just exhilarating being there. It really is. It's totally inspiring. I mean, it's ridiculously expensive for us as a trader, I have to say. The cost of the stands are crazy. It really does make you think twice. So I've squared those up to 3.5. Okay. You're all still with me so far. You're coming Thursday and Friday, Claire. Oh, brilliant. Shirley, you're coming too. Hi, Karen. How are you? Lovely. Helen, you're coming as well. Oh, lots of you are coming. Please do say hello to her. Come find us. Come say hello. Right. Before we start building, we're going to make the other little bit. So we've got the little 2-inch squares in your coloured fabric and the 2-inch squares in your background fabric. And we're going to pop these right sides together. Like that. I like that. Do we need to book for your demo? No, lovely, not at all. You can just rock up to the Moda stand. So I'm going to go to the machine. We're going to stitch 1/4 inch. You want to make sure, sorry, there's me talking against myself. You want to make sure they're on the right hand side. Okay, I know it doesn't really matter, but if you've got directional fabrics, you can just turn them if you haven't, but you want them to be on the right hand side, okay? So that will make sense, you know, later on when we're putting it together. But you do want them on, if you've got a directional fabric, make sure, because you can't just turn it upside down. We're going to stitch these 1/4 inch. Over we go. So, right, yes, Eileen, hang on, let me just put this back, my little guide back in place. I am beyond still loving my machine. I'm completely obsessed. I had lots of time to play on her this week. I worked out how to do the needle threader. I worked out loads of new things on it as well. So I might actually purchase the patchwork foot that's got the guide, because it would save having to keep moving this one. But this little bar, actually, I did a whole quilt. I did a sample for Hachanda, which is a Love Liberty quilt, last week. Did the whole thing in over a couple of sessions, and this was brilliant for chain piecing. I could just, I piled everything up, sandwiched everything up that I needed, and you can just flip it through, and having that sort of proper barrier there. Ugh, my piecing was perfect, and I didn't even have to try. Yes, sorry, going back to festival, I am going to be demonstrating on the Moda stand at 11 o'clock each day. You don't have to book, but anyone who does come along, I'm just going to press it towards the darker fabric, will get a little discount voucher. So if you sit and watch the demo, you'll get a little discount voucher. It's only about a 15-20 minute demo, and you can then use that voucher from on our stand. Okay, I will also, hopefully, depending on how busy we are, be doing some demos on stand as well. So I'm going to take my machine. I'm going to be doing some on-stand demos on our own stand. So so there's going to be lots of, and Sarah, I think Sarah's going to do some as well. So we're going to, hopefully have a lush few days. Right, I've pressed it towards the, this is the little centre bit of the flower. Pressed it, the seam towards that one. And then you want to make sure they're on the right-hand side, and then you're going to put these on the top. Okay, so this is the 2" by 3.5 on the top. Hi Mary, how are you, lovely? What's that, Natalie? You're not going this year, but you're looking forward to Harrogate. Said, I know, it's Harrogate's going to come around as quicker than we think, isn't it? So the form has gone in. The Greek quilt is definitely going on. We're going to stitch down 1/4 inch on there now. So we'll have to see how we do this year, won't we? Okay, tuck that under. While how many of the block will be needed once completed? So you make 4 of these little quarters to make the 12-inch block, and then you're going to need 4 in total, 4 12.5-inch blocks to go in the actual quilt, Karen. Okay, so yeah, 4 in total, lovely. There we go on that one. I forgot what I was going to say. I know what I was going to ask you ladies. Need some recommendations. A nice, easy, gentle something to watch while I'm here in the sewing room. So I've done all of the sewing bee ones. We're going back over here now, guys. I've done all the old sewing bees. Rewatched all of those. I've done all of Landscape Artist of the Year, and I've done all of Portrait Artist of the Year as well. This time I'm going to go out towards this rectangular fabric, okay? Like that. Here we go. So I'm just going to press that out that way. Okay, so that's those two little pieces done there. All right, so I've got 4 half square triangles and 2 of those, and I've got 2 3.5 inch squares. We're going to build 1/4 now, okay? So this is going to go up in the top left, and then your 3.5 inch square is going to go bottom right, like that. And then you're going to pop your 2 of your half square triangles in either side. So you want to make sure that the colour is going inwards. Okay, so make sure that everything's pointing in towards that centre, like that, okay? Because, well, don't ask me how I know. When you're rushing, it's very easy to make that shape block instead. Because I was carry on sewing, all nice and lovely, and then realised I'd done half of them the wrong way round because I wasn't concentrating. Oh, I love Pottery Throwdown. Oh, that might be a good one. I wonder if they're all the back series, because I've watched them all, but I like something that maybe I've already watched that's just on in the background, so I can kind of go, oh yeah, I remember that bit. Oh, I like that. Oh, you know, and stop when I want to. So you're going to make a 4 patch now. So there to there, there to there, like that. I was looking on Now TV actually, and there's quite a lot of sort of crafty ones now. There's one called Master Crafter, which is like a bit of a competition-y one. So I'm going to stitch down 1/4 inch and 1/4 inch. So over we go. My House Made Perfect is a great programme. I love seeing the different designs the architects come up with. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I quite like a bit like Grand Designs or something. So I'll look that one up, Jean. Thank you. Yeah, it's just that gentle watch. MasterChef The Professionals is fun. We do watch that. And The Great British Menu as well. Love that one as well. Phil and I tend to watch that one together, cookery ones. Yeah. It's just that having something on in the background, because I don't like total silence. Me not liking total silence? What a surprise. I think they're all on 4OD. Oh, I will have a look, lovely. Right. Okay, so back over here. Glow Up. Oh, I watched the first 2 seasons of Glow Up with Stacey, what's her face? I can't think what her surname is. Married to what? I don't think they are married. She's with Kevin Clifton, isn't she, from Strictly? They've had a baby. Loved it, but haven't watched any more. Bake Off and Bake Off The Professionals, yes. Yeah, I might watch the new Glow Ups actually, because I really did enjoy the other ones. I quite liked all the drama of it all. So I've pressed it away, both times away from the half square triangle. Okay, so I've pressed it towards this square and towards this little one here, just because of bulk. All right, and then we're going to put right sides together, like that. I'm nesting that seam there, and we're going to do the little 4 patch trick, just like we normally do. So I'm going to pin it, because I'm trying to be a good girl and use my pins. And I'm going to stitch along there, and then we're going to do that little swivel trick. Okay, so back over here. Bit late, so you need to watch on YouTube. Oh, Stacey Dooley, that's it, lovely, yes. Scotland's Home of the Year. Oh, I might try and watch that one as well. I do like a home programme. Marion, you can watch on YouTube, or you can just watch back on Facebook, lovely. As soon as I'm finished, it's there. As soon as I press end, you can go back and watch it, lovely. So you don't have to wait for YouTube. But here we go. Oh, just a little ask actually. Any of you that use our YouTube channel, obviously you're probably subscribed, but if you could just go on and like watch a few videos, put them on in the background while you're sewing, that would really help us. We're trying to, you know, up our ratings a little bit. So if you just put us on YouTube, you could mute it. You don't have to listen to me, but just run them in the background now and then. Just like one a day would be amazing, or a couple a day would be good. What's that, Karen? Your Benina Mung's much quieter. Oh, it does. I'm still in love with her. I'm absolutely obsessed. I really am. So just like we did last time, we're going to take out those couple of little stitches just there and there. There we go. Got them that side. that one there and that one there. Gosh, I need my reading glasses tonight. I missed one there. There we go. Did I get it? I did get it. There we go. And then we can do that lovely swivel trick in the centre, which gives you a much neater, doesn't it? Much nicer, neater point in the centre. Less bulk, which is better when you're quilting. What we're going to do towards the end is I'm going to talk through quilting with you, how to quilt this. If you whether want, I'm going to show you how you can do it as a quilt as you go, or if you want to, give you some ideas about, quilting it on whole. It is going to be quite a big quilt when it's done, so quilt as you go might work better for some of you. Okay, so there we go, my lovelies. That's one little block, 1/4 of the block done. Okay, so I'm going to very quickly put the other one together as the 4 patch, and then we're going to put the block together, and that's it for this week. You love the trick. Yeah, it's such a nice little trick. I mean, it's not mine. I don't know where I learnt it. I think I probably saw it on a YouTube video or something. But I was like, oh, I need to try that. And yeah, it works like a dream, doesn't it? Gives it a really nice flat, and just makes your point look really nice and neat as well. And there we go. So I'm just going to stitch down that one and that one. So there and there. Over we go. And do these ones, and then we can put the block together. So again, it's a really nice easy block. There's nothing complicated or anything with this one. This one definitely looks way more complicated than it actually is, but it's a very simple little block. And now I've forgotten which way I was doing it. That way. There we go. I'm not going to swap cameras. I'm just going to very quickly put this together so that we can show you how to put the block together. So I want that one to go that way. Just finger press it. I'll iron it in a moment. That one to go that way and finger press in together. I was saying to Sarah yesterday. She said, "Are you glad you changed from a brother?" And I was just like, I was a bit nervous at first because I love brother machines, absolutely do. But this is it's just amazing. I know it's so stupid, but I don't get tired sewing on it. I don't know whether it's the light is different or what it is, or the fact that I don't have any problems or anything. It just sews beautifully. But I'm not getting as tired as I used to. Like, previously, sort of 2 or 3 hours in, you'd be like, oh, good grief, had enough now, need a stretch or a walk or something. This one, the other day, I sewed for 6 hours straight. I was in here 6 hours. Didn't even realise I'd been in here that long. It was just such a pleasure to sew. It really was. There we go. So take those little stitches out and over we go. There we go. Let's press that out. So it's very quiet in the house today because Josh is staying at his dad's for a couple of days because he's house sitting, well, cat sitting and house sitting for him. Drew obviously doesn't live here anymore. Alex is quite upstairs. He's doing some game testing for somebody. And Tom's actually left the house. Would you kindly please just show again when you twist the seat at the back? Oh, okay. Yeah, of course, darling. Right, so let me show you. So what I do is take out those, let me try and go really low. Take out those couple of stitches just there, just the little bits that are in the seam. And then when you open it out, it will naturally open up. So can you see you've got that tiny little 4 patch there? So one seam goes one way and one goes the other. I'm trying to hold it close to the camera for you. So because I've taken out those stitches, it allows one side to lie flat there and one side to lie flat here. Can you see you've got that little 4 patch? I don't know if you can see it better now on that one that's printed, that's ironed. And it will naturally want to fall one way or the other, so you've got your seams lying flat round each other. There we go. Hopefully that helped, Karen. There we go. So yeah, and Tom's actually left the house. He's gone to a mate's house. So it's very quiet here. It's most odd. How about the Great Interior Design Challenge? Ooh, there's 3 series available. Oh, I might have a little look at that. Oh, I've got lots of suggestions. Thanks, guys. So these now come up. It's 6.5 by 6.5. Let me just double check. I could probably just stretched a weeny bit there, but meh, I'm not going to bother doing that. Just make sure. Yeah, perfect. 6.5. It's very slightly over there where I've just pressed a little bit too hard, but nah, it's fine. So you're going to make, so for me, I made 2 in one colour, like that, and I made 2 in another colour. Remember, you can do this however you want. You could make 4 all in one colour. You could do 4, you know, each one in a different colour. Just go with what you want, okay? So you're then going to rotate them. So I've got this one top left facing that way, okay? And then we're going to rotate like that. Basically, you want the full squares in the centre. And I've put mine opposite, like that, okay? There we go. So, and there's your block done. So we're going to put this one to this one, this one to this one, and again, another little 4 patch, and then put them together and you can do that little twisty thing at the front. So I'm going to stitch down these 2. Again, where possible, nest your seams. So I'm going to nest that one there, like that. You can pin them if you want. There we go. We've got some extra help this time at Festival. So last year it was just me and Sarah, and we were very, very overwhelmed because it was crazy busy. There we go. So that's the first one. Like that. And then that one's going, oh no, it's not, because I put that in the, picked it up the wrong way around. There we go, that way and that way. So Sean's coming with us this time, and Phil's got a really big HS2 meeting on the Friday, but he's going to come up on the Thursday, on the Thursday, but he's going to come and help us on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which hopefully means that we won't be quite so knackered this time, and it does mean that we hopefully should be able to do some demos on stand as well. So we'll do a bit of demoing and show you some new products and stuff, hopefully. Here we go. And again, I'm just going to do it off camera 2 seconds. I'm just going to put this right sides together like that. Actually, no, let me come back over here because there's a couple of, oh, sorry, I'm knocking everything. There's a couple of little, so you not only want to nest that centre seam there, okay, so you want to nest that one there, but if you can, and remember, they might not always, because if you haven't, you know, twirled these in the right direction, you want to nest these ones here because you've got another junction there. So nothing here, there's one there, and then there's another one there. There we go, and then that one is going to go like that. Again, all these little nesting bits just mean you get a nice neater block, that's all. Okay, so that's a little bit, one little line of stitching, and we're all done. So yeah, it's very strange for my house to be so quiet. You like Radio 4 Extra, lots of old programmes. Oh, that's a, yeah, see, Sarah listens to a lot of audiobooks when she's sewing. But I get so entranced in the audiobook when I'm listening, like really listening to it, that I stop sewing and I end up just like listening to the book and staring at the Alexa or the, you know, Google, whatever it is that I'm using to listen to. And I don't actually sew, where the TV being on in the background, I'm better with. It's funny, isn't it? So, but yeah, I actually could try the radio, couldn't I? There we go. Right. And back over. Last little bit, and the block's done. Okay, so let's iron this out. Actually, no, let's do our twirly thing in the centre. Pull that one out there, and that one there, and again that one. Oh, come on! Oh, what's caught? There's one of them's caught. See, sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes they pull out like a dream, and other times, nah, doesn't want to pull out. That one doesn't want to pull out. It might not twirl. Not always. They don't always. Come on. Oh, yeah, well, there we go. Just needed a little bit of help. Little bit of coaxing. Okay, there we go. So, and then I just tend to go around. The more you can do this and kind of just flatten those seams so they're all lying nice and flat, the neater your quilting will be as well. Just really take that 2 minutes extra just to lie them all flat nicely. And then I always go from the top as well. Once I've done them all the way that I want them to, there, give it a good press. And I have to say, as brilliant as the little iron is, I do always tend to take them to the main ironing board and the weight of my big iron, and seems to press it, press it flatter. And there we go. There's your block all done. Okay, so you're going to make 4 of these. So like I said, my other one's in my bag, which is in the front room. I was showing somebody earlier. So I've made 2 in the purple and pink, and I've made 2 now in the yellow and orange. Okay, it doesn't have to follow this for, as we said, lots this evening. You do whatever colour combinations you want. It could be that you do all 4 exactly the same. That's fine. Do all of these exactly the same. Whatever you want to do, okay? That's your decision. It's your quilt. But if you worry about making the decisions or anything, go with the half and half and do 2 and 2. All right. If not, if you're using up all little bits of scrapping stuff, then oh, hang on. Which one am I on? There. Am I on there? I don't know where I am now. Am I over here? I pressed a button and it all went. Whoa. There we go. I am over here. Hi. So that's your block for block 2. Sorry, not block. I was going to say block for the next couple of weeks. Block 2. Okay. You've got to make 4 of them. You've got 2 weeks to do it. Okay. And then the next blocks are all, you're only going to make 2 of them. So depending on how you're doing, we'll decide next time. But I might do them weekly then, okay? Just give, because 2 blocks isn't too bad in a week, is it? To give you all time to, carry on with it, really. Because otherwise you might do the 2 blocks and be a bit bored and be like, oh, come on, get on with the next one. So, yeah, that's it for me tonight. Later the party tonight, we'll catch up. We've been on grandma duty. Oh, and me, lovely. I left the shop. I had to go and pick Rory up. Then all the way up to Llanbradach, and then back to Caerphilly, and then all the way back. And I left the shop at 4 o'clock. I got back out at 6. I was like, quick, I'm going to get ready for the 7 o'clock live. Oh, you're welcome, Karen. Thank you. So yeah, keep posting your pictures onto Gigglers. Lovely, lovely to see them. I like seeing people's colour combinations. So when you've done one, put it on. Show me what you're doing. Has anybody got any questions before I go? Anything at all? Just got the end of this. They look lovely. Ah, thank you, Han. You could just rewatch it. If you're doing the quilt along, you can just, once I've stopped, you'll be able to watch it back straight away. And it stays on our Facebook page. And then Sian on a Sunday puts them all on our YouTube. Okay, so they're always about if you want to rewatch them. Yeah, that's it, my darlings. I will see you real soon. I will see you tomorrow from Llandilo. We'll do a little live round all the quilts and show you where you are. I know I'm not saying it right. I do apologise to any Welsh speakers out there. I know I'm probably not saying it right, but you've got to forgive me. I'm an English girl. I didn't learn Welsh as a kid. So I will. We'll see you all tomorrow on Facebook Live. Sarah and I will show you where we are. And then next week should be, next week I've got Crate and Craft. So next week we will have a Tuesday and a Wednesday. But Thursday there won't be one because I'll be doing Crate and Craft. So yeah, that's it, my darlings. Take care. Have a nice evening. Enjoy the sunshine because it's nice out there now. Bye.